Cincinnati has its own vibe. We have our own identity. It's very eclectic and different and easy to get around. People are nice here. They're genuinely nice people when you go places and people walk into a restaurant. Hey, I'm here for dinner. Great. How are you doing? It's a little bit of sincerity behind the way people treat you and respond. Relo clients come my way through several different venues. One is we have a professional relocation service out of Coldwell Banker. They also come from referrals from past clients, friends, people looking up my details online, looking at my website, looking at Zillow, and we discuss what their needs are. Relo clients can be tricky. If they've never been to Cincinnati, we want to give them a really eyes wide open, full circle view of what they're looking for, what's going to be important to them, and try and break it down neighborhood to neighborhood, depending on what fits your needs, whether you're an urbanite or a suburbanite. Do you want to be around people? Do you want to have a walking community? Or is your home your sanctuary and you just want to be away from everybody? Things that people may not be aware of as they're coming in. If you're flying to Cincinnati for the first time, coming to the airport, about 12 minutes later, you'll be coming down the hill, the cut in the hill into downtown Cincinnati. You have this expansive view overlooking Cincinnati. It's beautiful. And when people first get here, they're like, nobody told us this. We are the city of 7 hills. It offers from east to west, north to south, hillsides overlooking some part of the city. And it can be stunning. And if a view is important to you, we got that. If it's not, and you want to be in a community somewhere else, we have a great urban lifestyle. Our downtown, north side, our south side of the river over in the Kentucky, we have an aging inventory of housing that is really charming. Homes that date back to the middle of the 1800s and offer a beautiful lifestyle. You want an older home that's been redone nicely? Far and few between right now, but when they come up, they can really be stunning and offer a really charming way of life. We just had some clients come in from Cleveland that had never been to Cincinnati before. They had come on a weekend trip when they found out they were being transferred here. And when we talked to them, they said one of the things that's going to be very important to us is finding a school with a really good track program. Our daughter is a fast runner. She's really good at track. So, well, there you go. Here's some information on the schools around Cincinnati and Kentucky. They settled up in Kentucky. So most of our buyers, most of our relo coming in, they have specific needs that we're going to try and pull that information out of them and work for fitting them into the community that they feel fits their lifestyle. And that could be as simple as a brand spanking new condo out in the suburbs or a old building that's been retrofitted with new living spaces downtown. Let's talk about my favorite neighborhoods. I've lived in my neighborhood for almost 30 years. Lived on one street, built my house on the street behind it, and it's going to be really hard to pry me out of there. It's my happy place. Prospect Hill is on the north side of downtown. It's a historic neighborhood overlooking the city. So my amenities there are really hard to beat. Highway access in less than a minute heading north or south. The borderline to OTR is 300 feet away. And I can walk right down the street to a dozen different restaurants and be at them in less than 10 minutes. If I want to park my car at the house and Uber around for the weekend, everything's immediate. You can walk to the Reds games, the Bengals games. When people ask me what neighborhoods would be good for them to live in, that's a very loaded question because you don't know. You're learning about that person and what's going to be important to them. Younger generation may want to really gravitate towards the city. may want to gravitate towards some of the other outlying urban areas. So when you talk about other neighborhoods that we can transition into in the urban areas, we jump across the river to Covington, Newport, Ludlow, and Bellevue. Bellevue it's from downtown Cincinnati. It's a 5-minute drive, and it's a neighborhood of older houses. Everything that is turning over is being renovated. It's a street loaded with some eclectic restaurants, some boutique shops, a couple coffee shops, a brewery, like a great fried chicken over there. So you've got a neighborhood that has a ton of amenities, that runs along the river. Cute, smaller lots, very, very suburban, urban feel, and prices are very affordable. Another one of my favorite neighborhoods is Hyde Park. Hyde Park is the quintessential Cincinnati East Side neighborhood. We're filming in Hyde Park right now, and as we're filming, I'm watching joggers go by my window. Every 2 minutes or so, somebody's walking by with their dog or dogs. We have our weekly farmers market in the square right outside of my office. If I wanted to lock myself down in the office for a week and go to different restaurants for lunch and dinner, grab coffee, it's all right here. It's a beautiful community of mostly older homes. A lot of people coming in, buying some of the smaller homes, tearing them down and building new homes. Centrally located, access to everything from here is minutes. Our city's fairly easy to get around in. There's not a lot that you're going to be 20 minutes plus from. But the Cincinnati food scene, there's good and bad to the Cincinnati food scene. Good is, we got a really great food scene. Bad, we got a really great food scene. We have a lot of independent restaurants, a lot of great ethnic food. You want Indian food? Crazy great Indian food. You want Ethiopian food? Great Ethiopian food. You want American contemporary? You want chili? We've got 4 or 5 different chili parlors that we call them parlors. Little chili spaghetti, cheese on top. It's a very happy thing. It's an acquired taste for most people. People from Cincinnati love it. It is a staple. Other restaurants, smaller independent places litter our neighborhoods, from downtown out to Hyde Park, down in Bellevue, Newport, Covington. Pick a flavor, and we're going to come up with 5 or 6 really charming places for you to go get food. We have an incredible tech scene here for startups. I was out west with some friends traveling around for a week. We were out in San Francisco, and we walked into this cool little eclectic winery, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Cincinnati." He's like, "Wow, you ever heard of OTR, over the Rhine?" I'm like, "Yeah, I live right down there." He's like, "You know that is like the number 3 location in the United States for tech startup?" I had no idea, no clue. And I had several friends that were are involved in the tech scene here. Cincinnati does also really have a great scene for the arts. Our art museums, we have the Contemporary Art Museum, which doesn't actually own any of its artwork. It's got traveling exhibits. We have our Cincinnati Art Museum, which has an incredible collection from the masters, contemporary, modern. Our scene for arts here, arts and entertainment, there are probably a dozen different independent theaters across the city. We have the Aronoff Center for the Arts. We have probably within a 20-mile radius of Cincinnati, we have 6 or 8 different venues for music and entertainment. It's a very easy city to live in and explore and not just have to leave. There's a lot to do here. The arts, entertainment, sports, access to other cities. From Cincinnati, we are Lexington and Louisville, 90 minutes away. Indianapolis, 90 minutes away. Columbus, 90 minutes away. Chicago, 4 hours away. Our airport from our downtown is 12 or 15 minutes. We have flights that can take you anywhere you want to go from here easily. If you want to stay here, great park scene. Lots to do, just exploring our city and the different neighborhoods. They all have a different feel to them, different things to do, different ways to enjoy the city here. We have a lot to offer.